Now we're moving on to 2.2, which is bar graphs. You've seen bar graphs before. They're actually something that you've used before in your life. When you read a bar graph, usually you have some sort of thing on the bottom where you're comparing different things. In this one, we're comparing different cities. And if you read up the side, the y-axis says in populations in the thousands. So in brackets it says in thousands, so that means we're going to add 3 more zeros, so this is 500,000. This is 1 million, 1.5 million, and 2 million at the top. So just generalizing, looking at this, we can say, well, Vancouver has the most, or the highest population, and Regina has the least, just by looking at the bars. Okay, so when we look at bar graphs, there's a few things that you need to know. It has to be discrete data. So you have to be able to separate out each portion of the data. So that's why the Canadian city one, where you had, here's the population of Vancouver, here's the population of Regina, of Saskatchewan, or Saskatoon. You can definitely see the distinct values where there's no an in between. There's not someone that lives, or we don't believe lives in Vancouver and Regina. They have to pick one place that there is their main residence. So there's no in-between liars. Okay, the bars can either be vertical or horizontal. So you can have a bar graph that goes sideways like this. Ooh, hopefully nice straight lines, but you could have a bar graph that goes sideways, and so this would be cities and this would be populations in the thousands on the x-axis then. Okay, so it can be done in that way. So how do we do this? Well, we take the data, just like we would take the data on our other graphs that we have done previously, but instead of um, doing a dot, you're going to display it as a whole bar. So populations in thousands go up the side, and the cities go along the bottom if we're going to do a vertical bar graph. So here we go. On the bottom, we just did Vancouver, Calgary, Victoria, Edmonton, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Regina. Notice there's a space in between each bar, okay? Usually we do spaces when we're dealing with bar graphs because they're not connected to each other. My highest population went up to almost, oh, sorry, I crossed it out, almost 2,000. So I need to make sure my scale goes up by 2,000. So I had every block being, well, every 2 blocks is 500, so every block is 250. Okay, so in Vancouver, I'm almost at 2,000. So I will go all the way pretty much touching 2000, but not exactly touching 2000, color it in. In Calgary, oh, sorry. In Calgary, it said 950. Okay, so each one of those is 250. So Calgary, I'm going to color 250, 250, that's 500, 750. 1,000 would be up here, so I'd have to subtract off 50, which is about 1/5, and color it in, okay? You have to get good at trying to estimate in between the blocks, okay? You can't color straight up there, but we can bring it down. Down here, this is 750, this is 1,000, 950 is closer to 1,000 than it is at 750. And you fill it all in. Okay, so we're going to let you try this. We're going to have you do your build your skills. Use the charts or the graph paper if you need that you and Miss Martell got yesterday. All right, good luck.